have Lauren Sampson. Thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
She's someone who lives, breathes, everything Cougar basketball, Cougar spirit, Cougar pride. Welcome to Cruising with Coogs.
Thank you.
So, Lauren, you basically grew up in this environment. How does it feel to be where you are today and seeing the team go so far?
It's great. What we do every day, Kellen and I laugh. It's a little bit what we grew up doing. Family meals, half the meal was salt and pepper shakers, breaking down a defensive play. And then the other half was how do we get butts in seats? And so, what we grew up doing is very much what we do every day now.
Yes. And congratulations. I heard you're chief of staff.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. I know you started here in about, 2016?
15.
Wow. Did you ever think you'd be here for so long?
No.
Or did it just feel right? Tell us about that.
I think some of it was stubbornness. I think when they said, you can't get it going here and definitely sustained, I think that Sampson stubborn streak kicked in for all of us, and we were very much like, well, watch us. And then I think the ownership factor. This is our program. We're really, really proud of what we've done.
I know you probably oversee everything from operations to logistics. How organized do you have to be in this role?
Very organized. I always say I'm almost like the center of the wheel, and all the spokes kind of go around me. We have a really, really talented content team. Marketing, there's so many different groups I work with, but I would definitely say I'm kind of the center of the wheel.
Definitely. So I know people see everything online, from the wins to the highlights. Everyone watches Final Four, but what's something that no one knows or sees that you think they would love to hear about?
I think, when we talk about that it's a family program and the culture of Houston basketball, and I think most people just see, Coach Sampson yelling, all of us being really intense. But I would say that kind of the overreaching part of our program that no one talks about is there's a lot of joy. And there's a lot of camaraderie. And there's a lot of just kind of giggles and us just kind of, making each other laugh, and that it brings into the camaraderie of it. And then my other favorite thing about the program that I do think makes us a little bit unique is that there's, throughout the season, the parents of our former guys that have graduated and they're now playing professionally, their parents still come back and watch games.
Wow.
Which I think also speaks to when we talk about that family culture, is that even as they transition out and they've now moved on to play professional, or now they're in the professional workplace, their families still feel so connected.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, amazing.
Speaking of family, I know you have a unique opportunity of working with your dad, Coach Lauren Sampson.
Yes.
How is that, and is there something that he said or taught you that sticks with you in your everyday role?
He says a couple things. He says, control what you can control. Which I tend to want to control everything. So I think that's a constant thing he's saying to me, is control what you can control.
Yes.
And then what he also has kind of spoken into existence with all of us is we're all really intense. We all keep the main thing. My job is, and I focus on our kids and our and every decision I make, every conversation I have, everything I'm pushing is to make our home court the best it can be, create environments for them to win. And I am really, really, really focused, and I'm also really, really stubborn and bullheaded in that.
No, I love that. I'm the same way. I get it. I do. I feel like, I want something perfect. I have to do it this way. So I totally get that.
And he did. When I always say that I was the tough recruit. I didn't come the first year. So the first year was 14, 15. I didn't come till 15.
Gotcha.
And when I got here, he kind of looked at me and he said, my job is to recruit the team. Your job is to recruit campus.
Wow.
And I said, got it. And then we were off to the races.
I love that though, because he was right. Y'all did amazing. So I know you watch these players come as freshmen and they leave as superstars. What's one player's transformation or story that's really stuck out to you and keep you with you every day?
There's so many. I don't know if I could pick one. Jamal is a great one, where his freshman year, Not a lot of playing time. Mostly either if we were in foul trouble at the end of the half or kind of at the end of the game and those kind of minutes. And that kid didn't get frustrated. He didn't get down on himself. He just trusted the process, and left here as a first team All-American. Marcus Sasser is another one that trusted the process. As a recruit, I think he was in the high 200s, low 300s nationally. And again, he ended his career here as a first team All-American. It's watching them transform and go from 17, 18-year-old kids and then and they leave as 22-year-olds and kind of that journey they've been on. My grandfather was always great. He was always speaking to us about the journey. The journey. Don't get so locked in on the destination, yet focus on the journey. And so that's some of my favorite things, just watching their transformations and their journey and then just the buy-in.
That's amazing. And how does it feel watching Houston not only competing in the Big 12, but really leading?
I grew up in this league. Most of my childhood was in the Big 12 when we were at Oklahoma. And so when everyone was just like, you guys ready? Are you guys ready? We all kind of chuckled. Like, you understand we've been here before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we understand what we're getting ourselves sent to. We may be some of the few on campus who does, but we understand it. We grew up in this sucker.
So you're like, oh, yeah, we're pros at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for us moving from one league to the other was, the new hotels.
Oh, for sure.
The new airports we had to figure out.
But that's fun.
Yes.
No, and our alumni, Houston alumni, goes crazy. We are at the watch parties. We are at all the events. What's something you think they should know about what goes into building this program?
My big challenge, I think right now, and a great example is what we just experienced in Birmingham. Birmingham is 2 hours from the Auburn campus.
Yeah.
And they sold 16,000 tickets to that game.
Wow.
We had a solid, I'm going to go on a ledge and say we had 100 people there.
Oh, wow.
But that arena fit about 16,000 and it was 16,000 Auburn fans. And that was 2 hours from their campus. I think the next step that we need to make as a fan base is to show out, right? Like, it is such a great university and it is such a great alumni base and there's so many positives. But we need to support these programs, irregardless of the final score. Because that is the difference between when you look at, I call them the legacy Big 12 programs, and some of the newer ones, is that those legacy ones, it doesn't really matter much who they're playing, what's going on. They're focused on, but my team's playing. And I would say that that's the one thing that I would encourage and quite frankly challenge.
So y'all heard it here first from herself. So we're going to show up and show out. But now I think, not just me, I know everyone knows that you're a superstar. You are such an inspiration. What's something you would tell young girls wanting to go into sports or operations? What's a piece of advice you would give them?
That you got to work. Nothing's given. It's hard. And it's supposed to be hard. There's also, I will say this lovingly as a third generation coach's kid, to work in athletics, sane people don't choose this line of work. Sane people don't choose this. This is a nutty way to make a living. And so we're intense. We are going to yell. We're going to holler. We're going to demand. We're going to get after you. And it's because we are so passionate about these kids and wanting the best for them, but wanting the best atmosphere and to put this university and any school that you're looking at of being a part of, you're going to be so passionate about wanting to make sure that you're putting them in such a great light. And, you're going to have to develop a really tough skin. And every coach, it does not matter what sport they are, that sport and what they're doing is the center of their world. And we can sniff out when it's not the center of yours.
Oh, wow. That's really good advice.
And so it doesn't matter what sport you're assigned to, what sport you're working with, what school you're at, you live and breathe it.
Definitely. Okay, so you said you're all in. I know you probably don't get a lot of time to decompress and relax. But when you do, what's your favorite pastime?
I like to read.
Ooh, I like to read too.
I like, lately it's been a lot of bedazzling basketballs.
Oh, fun.
So if anyone sees photo shoots that we do and there's always a bedazzled ball, there's a good chance I made it. And then, honestly, I sleep when I can. There's not a lot of sleep.
No, that's my favorite thing too. I totally understand.
And sometimes it's nice to turn off that phone when you can.
Oh yes, oh my god, my job is in social media, so I get that. I have days where I just turn it off. Also, you know the UH Centennial's coming up.
Yes.
What does it mean to you to give back? Whether it's time, support, effort, what's one way you think alumni can show up and show out?
I think when you look at the story of the University of Houston and how it was founded, and you look at even, you know, World War II and what the university was going through and positioned themselves and really served as such a great institution for the city of Houston. I think for alumni, come back. One, since we've been here, I got here in 15, but I was here obviously in 14. Coming to games, the evolution of the campus is pretty substantial. And, you know, as we're driving around, you can see as many of the construction projects that's going on campus.
Yes.
And so I just encourage, like, come to a football game, come to a basketball game. Come and bring your kids and walk around campus. There's going to be so many things that are probably really, really familiar. But there's so much new on campus as well. And I think you're just going to have a lot of pride.
Down to the final questions. So, this is a fun question. I don't know if you've ever had to drive a team, but if you do, what is the #1 song you're playing to get them pumped up?
I have learned being in this industry long enough that I give the aux to the players.
Ooh, is there like a theme song they play to get them pumped up?
There's many.
Yeah, I bet. I've heard their walkout songs, and they're so fun. Or what about you? What do you do to get in, like, the zone?
I am, I like old school R&B. I grew up in Oklahoma, so I like a little bit of country. I'm all over the place.
This is our signature question I'm going to ask you. If you can't do it in less than 10 words, that's okay. But if you had to convince someone to give back in less than 10 words, how would you do it?
Just do it.
Ooh, you're the first one who's like reached our limit. I love that. That's really cool. You know what? Simple and to the point.
It's that branding background.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much for taking a ride with us. We appreciated your insights and letting us look a little bit behind the curtain of UH men's basketball. As always, go Cougs!
Go Cougs!